Welcome back, everybody. We have switched to the Roottrees are dead because Hotel Galactic, the demo, crashed like everything. So yeah, we're just gonna continue with this one. I was pretty far. Let's see what we had going on here. Right. We were getting a lot from here. There's still one notable thing here, it looks like. Dynasty. Focuses on the day her grandfather, Elias, announced he would step down. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious and his sons would take over as president. Right. So that ended up going to Zach. Alright, this every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Carl. I guess I can take pictures of all of them. On the back of the photo in child's print, it says November. There's also a large number of cursive signatures. Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson. Bonnie? Who's Bonnie? And Guy Hudson. Let's do some searching. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year in 1979. It was Guy Hudson's first and historically most cited move as president of Roottrees. In an attempt to cater more towards what he thought the average person wanted, Guy looked at his own wealth, which was often a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that if they added fancy flavors to 5 pieces, anyone could live like the wealthy. This philosophy led to a flavor in 5 pieces that was meant to mimic caviar. As a candy? 5 pieces sold less that year than it had in any other year except in some foreign markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would go back to normal as soon as possible. Let's type some of this in here. Hudson. Second president. Fancy flavors. Oh, he wasn't the second president. I know this. Where are we gonna put it? Oh, my bad. There we go. Carl is the teenager. In the middle, sorry about the water damage, a pipe burst in Carl's office. So let's see. Carl is the teenager. I just looked at that picture. Okay. The one that looks like him. Maybe we can look at... wait, let's look up Angelica Morden. Let's look up Eli Morden. Was that not his name? Oh, Zachariah Morden. Man, am I just... Oh, without an H. Am I just going crazy here? Oh, with the H at the end. What is happening? Ah, oh, shoot. Okay. What is happening here? Z-A-C-A... R-I-A-H. Huh. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Mama KB? We're playing The Roottrees Are Dead again. I love it when you pop in to say hi. I keep forgetting my camera's lower now, so I keep like looking up. So this is correct, but there's nothing on him. I could put it higher, but I kind of like it lower. But I feel like I do see it's blocked now that I have the camera. Not the camera, the... How's that? Okay, that's better. With the microphone out, it was like a little blocked and I didn't notice. Yeah, way better. Son of James and Gwendolyn. Okay, that's helpful. James. Gee, I don't know which one she is. I'm trying to remember what I knew before I got off last time. Alright, let's go back. Will not be making any changes. Okay. Well, that was sort of helpful. That's not what I wanted. Maybe we can find something about his mom. Well, how did she spell her name? They're all, like, insanely hard to spell for some reason. Yeah. Maybe she was a Roottrees, wasn't she? Interesting. Which one of you is Gwendolyn? Gosh. Why is it so hard to label your photographs? Stephanie Jones. Alright. This was buried under other mail that Carl had left in his inbox. Had a handwritten note that seemed personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for a local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from the newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least. But in her words, it was still full of love. And now 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. CM. Oh, wait, I knew what that is. Stephanie. Huh. We don't know Stephanie, do we? Alright. 3 Generations of Miracles tour. Miracle Jr., who's said to be world famous and get the top billing. Miracle Roottrees, who the flyer says will make a special appearance. Miracle III and his wife Nicole. One of these. Youth pastor. I'm gonna assume that's probably how that is. Sam, from Lauren Roottrees' diary from a previous entry. Elias Roottrees is given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for some time. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Uncle Junior. Miracle. I guess that would be Uncle Junior. Yeah, that would have to be him. And then put that for now. When I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, E.C. and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm. I wonder if Anderson farm is important. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seemed thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Sounds like Sam is some sort of relative. And who was writing this book? Lauren. So Lauren has a brother, Eli. On the final days, called Clark from Clark's getting married, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18, and Danielle isn't much older. Who's Clark? Ah. Danielle. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancer and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who had any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Ah. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge. The most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seemed to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So I'm gonna guess this is Edward. And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the... Bye, Mama KB. Thanks for stopping in to say hey. It's based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all. Yep. And his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen. Gwen is Gwen, but at least so she's probably a housewife. Aha. Yes.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Rootree family from the mid-1970s Carl had on his office wall.
Oh my gosh, I have that photo.
Psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Oh, we're still looking that up right now. WRTD News. Investigative jazz radio station during their news segment at 45 minutes on the hour. Talked about the plane crash. The most recent, they talked about the picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with psychologists. During the interview, it was revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to post the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Rootree curse being a real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it. The Rootree curse. Okay. Interesting. Alright, now would be a good time for me to go check on my dinner. I will be back in a few. And we will continue seeing what happened to the Roottrees. All right, I am back, everybody. Let's see. I think I want to look up the Roottrees curse. Since people seem to be discussing it online. There's a long, rambly conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background. Another nightmare to read. From a design standpoint, just terrible. It has been very recently updated with the following. With Carl and Brenda and their girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents have died mysteriously. Alright. Died in a drunk driver crash in 1982. Ernie. Is Ernie in here? Yeah. Madsen was stepped down. Was he poisoned? There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull. Maybe we can look that up. The secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corners simultaneous 4-day time cubes. The author of the site seems to agree. An entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff75 at prodigy.us asking him to take down the site with faked proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. Ernie. Stepped down. Was he poisoned? Madsen. Had a heart condition. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he is an expert at creating fake evidence. The first entry is from 1996 and has a blurry picture of the Roottrees Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence through some trees. It seems that Operation RT 29 Operation RT 29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29th, 1996. Interesting. More conspiracy websites. Some people out there claim that the Roottrees are changing the candy recipe to include more and more chemicals, and that this was done in cooperation with bad actors from an unknown government. They claim that due to a loophole in the calendar, it is possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day so long as it isn't discovered until after the day is over. And that every 4 years on a leap year, the Roottree Company hosts a meeting with foreign agents to conspire to poison our children. Their proof is that the Roottee candies contain polyglycerol. I'm not going to try that one. An ingredient of the candy that wasn't there when it first released. They claim it is added in an attempt to addict people and eventually induce mind control. The website claims to sell pills that counteract this effect for children that have already eaten Roottee candy in the past. Do an additional search for polyglycerol, and it seems to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used in many products. Maybe Mayan ruby skull. Few conspiracy websites that claim the Mayan ruby skull is a symbol of death. Alleged proof is a blurry photo of a reddish shape that is supposedly a cave painting from South America. According to legend, discovered beneath the paintings were bones from hundreds of different people and animals. One site also mentions that the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rocks. Amongst the spinning skull gifts, you find no sources or verifiable details to back up photos or claims. To you, the blurry photo looks more like an egg than a skull. Right. Anderson Farm. See what we get here. The first Anderson Maple Farm. Interesting. See, Mom. Thinks his paw is a chicken bone. Hey, stop it. His second cousin Carl stepped down as he poisoned Ernie Jr. Madsen. Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. Gwen. So we don't know much about Gwen's kids. Let's see if we know about someone named Bonnie. Bonnie Hudson. Miracle had 2 boys. Did I take notes on that? Who's wrong? We don't know where he is. Where he fits in with all this. Alright. Stop looking at this. We need the photo. The 5 pieces. I wonder, did we search that? Surely. Mm. Maybe we can find something on Elias Jr. Elias Jr. root tree. I got the Patricia right though. Let's go back and review what we have. The 5 pieces were the original 5. So that's Miracle there. Who's this? Actually, who are all these people? Miracle made it in. One of these is Sam. Eli Jr. I bet that's Eli Jr. there. But I don't know what he did. Oh, but he was an architect because he designed the warehouse. That's Pop, so I bet... I don't know who that is, but they might be somebody. That's... That's Pop. So, his wife. Who's Angie? There's no Angie. Oh, Angelica. Would be why. Okay. Mr. Morton and Aunt Gwendolyn. She's probably a housewife. I don't think that's her. They never even took a second photo, so we don't have one of her. That's not her. Huh. Okay. Which one is Ernie Jr.? That's Eli. Didn't she say something about not Eli, her brother? Hmm. Eli. Miracle's younger. Not my brother. Okay. That's probably... He's probably a mechanic, right? Based on that. I'm a bit. But he could also be this guy. And gave him some tools. So yeah, he's a mechanic. Where does Sam fit into this? Sam's somebody's kid. But whose? To Carl and Brenda. I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's tradition to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. Ernie was a man full of love. Bird and the spills. Oh. That we caught it too late. Okay, Ernie. No, we'll go back. Okay, so where's Ernie? We haven't figured out where Ernie goes. Ernie's the 4th, so he's... But that means nothing. The Madsons, where are they? Where's Nicole Madsen? Yeah. The Madsons have to be somewhere. Ernie. Debbie. Is there anyone that could be a Debbie somewhere? Okay. Let's go to the periodicals then. Jack watching one of his mother's charity sets. We don't know anything about Jack either. One of these is Sam. That is Miracles Young. Eli. So that's Eli there. We don't know what he did though, do we? Who's that? Grandma insisted we include Sam. That's probably Sam there. Or that one. I don't really know. Let's see. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding. Let's see, Dynasty. Okay. Of course, I went to Zach. Complaints. Aunt Mario. Yeah. Haha. Who did I get right? Yes. More? Oh, from the phone.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it. But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees.
No. Yeah, I did kind of guess that, but I am very good with my investigative skills, so.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
15? My gosh. Alright. This one seems to be like Clark and Danielle. We knew that though, right? Where's Clark? Who is Clark? Oh, yeah, okay. We did use that information. Musicians, artists, and dancers. So he wants to be one of those. Just don't know which one. This still has 10? Does this go down if I've used them? Music and lyrics by Jim. James. I wonder if Sam changed his name. Hi, baby. Come here. Come say hi. Everyone can see you in the camera. There's my sweet boy. My sweet Simo. No. 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 Stop. Just because you can get into things doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Alright. Let's see. Peter Janowitz. From MMM. I wonder if we can find something about that later. I don't know how it could be that helpful. We found all the notable ones. So one of these has gotta be... Wait, the what are they, Madsons? Yeah, the Madsons have got to be here somewhere. They're like a huge piece of this puzzle that I'm just missing. I guess we could just look up Stephanie Jones. She won her campaign on election day. The Butler County Times. Aha. Small report detailing the election results. Full version of the newspaper. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon, until her marriage to local business owner Brian Jones. With my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entirely female influence. Though she is a distant cousin to the Roottrees, her mother Caroline who has appeared on the front. Okay. Caroline Landon has often come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farms. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. I want to bring love back to the world. Stephanie Jones. Caroline. Art. Stephanie Landon. Brian Jones. Brian Jones taking over his father's print company after 20 years. Not to let it go to waste, his marketing opportunity. That's not helpful, but I wonder if he's in Business Watch. Dang it. Is her name Caroline Lynn? Let's look up this Peter Jones. Modern Music Monthly. Jim Roottrees. Reluctant hitmaker. Till a few years ago, Diamond and I were C&J and J&D. My cousin and his ex. Oh. So. Okay. Musician. Diamond and Jane are actually sisters. Okay. So Diamond has a sister named Jane. So the four of us had a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour, regardless when. Oh. Jane. Oh, okay. No more family band. Yeah. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. More interested in catchier tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told rolling is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For the most part of the decades, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started rapper tunes. And he's much better jingle writer than a songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. It's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player. But I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Buddy, do you have to do that right here? Advertising. Alrighty. Cool. Maybe it. We'll make it big. The LaRue sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. If you remember any songs from their 1960 and 1965 that features the voices of the kids, they were probably involved. Back then, they were credited as the Lucky LaRues. Now that he's passed, they've moved on to bigger and better ventures. Diamond and Jane have been touring. Youngest Kim. Oh, I don't know where I pulled Kim from. Kim LaRue. Gwen and the boys. Okay, so that's Gwen. So we can add another picture to Gwen. I'm guessing those are her sons. I don't know if that's right at all. One of those is doing film school. Carl and his second cousin. So his Okay. Gosh. I wonder if I can find anything. Uh, 75 at Prodigy. The Art of Rafferty. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is painting. Me and my fiance, Lulu. So, Rafferty. Chris. This is Chris Rafferty's cousin's art project. Said to include pictures of Davy, who swims through Yukon, Bethany's yearbook picture, Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, an application on the PC. Shoot. Okay. What does that mean? This one's so much easier. Students. Whoops, turning it too much. Just like in middle school. Oh shoot. Oh gosh. Go Titans. There's an odd collage called Cousins. I had to create a piece of art about our family. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose. So I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. Okay. For more information. Dichotomy. And then well, that's probably where we're gonna leave off for tonight. But I feel like we made a lot of progress, which we did, but also didn't at the same time. I will hopefully be back later in the week. Really missed streaming last week, but work was super busy, so but yeah, we're back this week and hope to be streaming more again. I will see you guys maybe sooner than Saturday, but probably Saturday. Thanks for joining and hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoyed this. And check me out over on YouTube where I post all the VODs at It's Bad Wolf. Still, it's the same logo and everything. You can find me there, and I'm also on Instagram. So yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. I will see you next time.